A royal expert has claimed that Prince Harry is making the most of his time of fame before it drops off with the emergence of Prince George grows up. Despite moving to the US with wife Meghan Markle and stepping down from the royal duties, the Duke of Sussex has remained in the spotlight with a number of ventures, the most recent being the announcement he is releasing a tell-all memoir. But some royal commentators have suggested that with Prince William's children growing up, Harry might begin to retreat from the headlines. Speaking on the Royally Us podcast, royal commentator Jonathan Sacerdoti claimed that the Duke is aware his time in the spotlight is shrinking. Harry himself was reported to have said to a reporter here, "I think it was in the Times, that he knew that eventually people would stop being interested in him when Prince George grows up," he suggested. "I think what he was referring to then, was the idea that the younger royals are good for tabloid headlines and he's certainly making plenty of those himself, but as they got older they turned into the less interesting members of the royal family. Even constitutionally, they slide down that line of succession. Harry is not going to get any nearer to the throne. He's going to get further down with every child that William and Catherine have. This means that," Jonathan argued, "Harry realizes his time is limited to make a splash. Prince Harry said he wants to use this time wisely so he can get important issues that he cares about, the attention that he knows he can by attaching his name to them," he claimed. But others will say that in terms of celebrity and fame that it applies as well, that they are making hay while the sun shines. During his wide-ranging interview with The Times back in 2016, when he was firmly within the royal family, Harry said he was in a privileged position that he would use as long as he could or until I become boring. He added, "Or until George ends up becoming more interesting. There's nothing worse than going through a period in your life where you're making a massive difference and then suddenly, for whatever reason it is, whether it's media or the public perception of you, you drop off. You want to make a difference but no one's listening to you." The prince's memoir is set for release in late 2022. Announcing the book earlier this year, the Duke said that he hopes in telling my story, the highs and the lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle mocked by TV host over different definition of privacy. A news host has claimed to be puzzled by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's definition of privacy after it emerged the Duke of Sussex would start filming for a new Netflix documentary soon. Sky News Australia's Andrew Bolt discussed Prince Harry's latest venture, called Heart of Invictus, with writer Sophie Ellsworth and didn't hold back. He said, "Sophie, can you explain a real mystery to me? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle say they fled Britain to get privacy from the prying media. But they're now coming to Britain with their own film crew for a documentary to film all the good deeds. Sophie, I'm a bit puzzled. Is their definition of privacy somehow different from mine?" The writer replied, "And mine, Andrew. I mean, seriously, this woke, narcissistic, privileged couple has done nothing but put themselves in the spotlight ever since they fled the UK. You know, they've done podcasts, they've done books, they've done sit-down sob stories with Oprah. I mean it just goes on and on, Andrew." She added, "I think a lot of people are sick and tired of hearing from them. I know I certainly am. But really, I mean, they will privacy, putting themselves in the spotlight, signing up to Netflix, Spotify, I mean Andrew, it just goes on and on." She went on, "But you know what, that just shows exactly the true colors of Meghan and Harry, and I would be very pleased not to hear much more from them. I'm completely sick and tired of them, to be quite frank." Prince Harry is known to regard his Invictus Games as one of his greatest achievements and made the well-being of injured or war veterans one of his champion causes during his time in the royal family. The International Games were founded in 2014 and the next event will be held in the springtime of 2022 at The Hague in the Netherlands.